Opetaia moved to Zuffa Boxing. He got stripped of his IBF title, but that didn't stop him from calling out David Benavidez. David Benavidez then came out and said, look, Opetaia is not a big name. He's never fought pay-per-views. He's never fought in big arenas. He's irrelevant. I don't need to fight him. I'm going to go back down in the light heavyweight division and fight Dimitri Bivol for undisputed. That's what David Benavidez wants, yeah? But recently, Opetaia came out, did an interview, accused David Benavidez of ducking. Then the father of David Benavidez, Joseph Benavidez, shout out to him, good guy. He came out and he accused Opetaia of ducking. So we don't really know who's ducking. It's a bit crazy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play you both interviews. I'm going to play Opetaia's interview where he's talking about David Benavidez. And then I'm going to play you the interview from Joseph Benavidez, the father of David Benavidez, where he's accusing Opetaia of ducking. And then we're going to come back and I'm going to give you my opinion on it, yeah? So let's get into it, man. Let's not waste no time at all. Let's get into it, my people. Let's hear what Opetaia had to say about David Benavidez.
About David Benavidez, he got a good win against Zurdo Ramirez, who's someone you called out heavily. I know there was a little back and forth between you and David. Yeah, you're confident that potentially one day you could get that fight on?
Man, that fight's easy to make on our side. You know what I mean? I've been ready. I've been, you know, I'll just hear excuses and you know, fucking this and that. You know, Buzz, reach out. How bad do you want to fight? How bad do you want to be undisputed cruiserweight? That's an easy fight to make. Yeah. You know, there's all these little excuses and stuff, but it is what it is, man. I think he's going to take a different path, and I think he's going to take a smarter path, to be honest.
Do you think he doesn't want the fight?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Why?
What do you think? Do you think he doesn't want the fight?
I don't know if my opinion is. But
no, I'm asking.
I mean, look,
I'm asking.
For
Do you think he doesn't want the fight?
For me as a fan, I'd love to see the fight.
Yeah, but do you think he doesn't want the fight?
I don't know. I think Benavidez is a fighter. You know, he's obviously jumped up in weights.
Well, why wouldn't he want to become undisputed?
Yeah.
You know, he's got both belts. I got 2 belts. Like, I got the Ring magazine. Like, why wouldn't he take the fight?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he?
But I guess your opinion, like.
I suppose you know he's got some big fights to make, and you know there's a lot of weight division. If he can make it, like I see the business side of it. You know what I mean? It makes sense to do whatever he wants to do. So the ball's in his court. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, you know, I'm not a disrespectful dude. You know, I don't disrespect other fighters, but that's an easy fight to make if he wants it. So.
Yeah. How amazing of a fight would that be?
Definitely,
Benavidez.
Be good.
Yeah, no, for sure. Look, Jai, appreciate Tom was always good to.
Look, as you've heard there, Opetaia, you know, he's saying that David Benavidez doesn't want the fight. He doesn't want the fight against the Samoan, the big Uso Opetaia. That's Opetaia's opinion. Do you know what I mean? That's his viewpoint from where he's sitting there. He views that David Benavidez and his camp don't want that fight. Yeah, now, I want to come back to this, but let's listen to Joseph Benavidez, the father of David Benavidez. Let's listen up to what he had to say about Opetaia.
You know? Let's make it happen. Let's do it. You know, that's the fight that David wants also. Bivol, Better Beef, and Opetaia. You know, Opetaia is talking all this shit also. You know, I'm gonna give you a little secret. I'm gonna come back, and I'm gonna tell you right now. Remember what I'm telling you right now. Remember what I'm telling you right now. I got proof. You know, I've been talking to his manager. I've been trying to talk to him. They're not responding to phone calls. I sent Opetaia. Listen, I know you want to fight. Help me out. Get me to your manager. Let's talk about this fight. You know, give me here's my number. Tell your manager to call me. Let's make it happen. You know, the thing is sometimes, you know, these fighters, they want to fight, but the managers and the team knows that he's not ready for David. So that's why they're not reaching up. And I'm going to show you. I got proofs. I'm going to tell you right now. You're only the first one that's hearing this right now. You know, I reach up to them. I call Dana White also. He's not responding. I got it. You know, I got proofs. You know, they're not responding. So what does that tell you? You know, we want to make all these fights. You know, we want to fight Bivol, Better Beers, Opetaia, the cruiserweight champion. Also, you know, that's on our list right now. You know, we're not saying that we're better than all these fighters, but David wants to test himself, and he wants to fight nothing but the best. They claim to be the best. What's going on? You know, they just talk, but they don't respond. And I got proof. So. You know, I don't know. They just want to look good on Instagram or on social media and all that, you know. But I'll tell you something. Everybody's scared of the Mexican monster right now. They just want to get a little bit of publicity. They want to do that. And remember what I'm telling you. I never lied to you guys. I never lied to nobody, but I got proof. So you know, I mean, instead of talking, let's sit down and talk about these fights.
Wow, man. Joseph Benavidez claiming that he has proof, man. Do you know what I mean? He's got proof, mate. He's got proof about him contacting Team Opetaia, and they don't want that smoke. They are trying to avoid that smoke with David Benavidez. Listen, man, that interview of Joseph Benavidez is on the channel called Mill City Boxing. Go check them out. It's a long interview. It's about 14 minutes. I just played a small part of it. Joseph Benavidez in that interview goes on to talk about Opetaia. He's not on the level of David Benavidez. He hasn't fought someone at the level of David Benavidez. He hasn't had any big fights. He talks about Opetaia having his jaw broken in every fight. He doesn't think he doesn't believe, Joseph Benavidez doesn't believe that Opetaia is on the level of his son, David Benavidez. You know what I mean? That's what he went on to say on that interview. But shout out to Mill City Boxing. If you want to watch the full interview, go to their website, go watch it over there. Listen, this is what I'm going to say, yeah, about the whole situation going on between the Benavidez and the Opetaia camp. Both accusing each other of ducking. And I'm going to keep it real. It's me, Enzo, the realest in the game. You already know how I do this shit, man. Like, I keep it 100, 1,000. I don't mince my words. Neither of these guys, from what I know of them, from what I've seen, are duckers. None of them duck. Opetaia is a solid stand-up dude. He ain't ducking nobody. He's been calling out Zordo Ramirez for years. He called out Joseph Benavidez as soon as he heard Joseph Benavidez was moving up to the cruiserweight division and he was going to fight Zordo. Opetaia already cooled him out. Yeah, some people might say, yeah, but he's cooling these guys out. Why did he move to Zuffa Boxing? Why did he sign with Zuffa Boxing? Because he knew he was going to lose his belt. He never knew he was going to lose his belt. The IBF never told him he's going to lose his belt if he moves to Zuffa Boxing. That was some other boxing politics, some other bullshit. Do you know what I mean? And Dana White already came out and said that Opetaia can fight for the other belts, man. That was part of the negotiation. That was why Opetaia signed for Zuffa Boxing, because they assured him that he can fight for the other belts. And Opetaia losing the IBF title was nothing to do with Zuffa Boxing. It was all to do with the IBF. Their pride, their ego got hurt because they didn't like the fact that the Zuffa belt was on the table, and they felt as if the IBF belt played second fiddle to the Zuffa belt, so they got jealous. It's some bullshit, some childish shit. That's why they stripped him. You know what I mean? It's got nothing to do with moving to Zuffa Boxing, etc., like it's been made publicly. You know what I mean? It's nothing to do with that. Opetaia wants to smoke with anybody. Anybody. He's a stand-up dude. And so is David Benavidez. The Mexican monster is the real deal. Do you know what I mean? He's not scared of nobody. He will fight anybody. Both guys will fight anybody. None of them are ducking. Do you know what this comes down to? This comes down to money. It's all about money. It's business. That's what we need to remember. Boxing is also a business. I believe these two monsters, David Benavidez, the Mexican monster, Ako Opetaia, the Samoan beast, yeah? These two guys will fight each other in a heartbeat if the money's right. I believe this back and forth on social media is just a bit of macho. Do you know what I mean? A bit of ego. They're trying to sell the fight. They're trying to hype you up to create more interest. Because without interest, you can't generate the money, right? So they're doing all this back and forth to create the interest, to get people like me talking. We build it up. We drop videos. The content is there. So when they do announce the fight, it's going to be a big event. But I believe this fight will be made if Dana White, Zuffa Boxing, Turki Al-Sheikh, who's running things behind the scenes, if they pull up the bread for the Mexican monster, the fight happens. I don't think none of these guys are ducking each other. Zordo Ramirez, yes, he ducked Opetaia for years. Badu Jack, he ducked Opetaia. Those two guys, I can therefore vouch and say that they ducked. But the Mexican monster, he ain't ducking Opetaia. And Opetaia for sure ain't ducking the Mexican monster. He's on that smoke. He's really about that life. You know, and what Joseph Benavidez said about Opetaia and his camp, just talking shit online on the socials, you know, trying to use David Benavidez' name and, you know, trying to get some publicity. Listen, from what I've seen from Opetaia over the years, he's not the type of guy that goes online to get some attention. You know what I mean? He's not an attention seeker. when he's calling out a fight, he really means it. Do you know what I mean? He's that type of character. I've spoken to a few people who know Jai Patel. They've told me, listen, this guy's a stand-up dude, man. You know what I mean? What you see is what you get. He will not go on social media calling people out just for the sake of it, for attention, and he's scared. I don't think he's scared of nobody. And when it comes to boxing skills, Joseph Benavidez, I don't know maybe what he's saying about Jai Patel not having the skills, not being at the level of David Benavidez. I don't know if he's just saying it for the cameras to big up his son and kind of like undermine Jai Patel. But all I'm going to say is that, Jai Patel is a very skillful boxer. And he's a southpaw. He has got a great jab. And also he's got a fucking hard left hand, mate. Power on that left hand. Both hands he's got power. So Joseph Benavidez, just be careful, man. Be careful what you wish for, man. Be careful when you say, oh, he's not at the levels. He's most certainly is. He's not Zolder Ramirez. Jai Patel is not Zolder Ramirez, who's slow, who just came back from shoulder injury. He's not Zolder Ramirez. This is a completely different fighter. This is a guy that's also got fast hands. Benavidez probably got the faster hands, both guys. But trust me, if Jose Benavidez believes or he thinks that Jai Patel is a cakewalk, is a walk in the park, he's going to get a rude awakening when his son goes into that ring. In fact, I'll say this, the fight hasn't been announced. There's nothing happening yet. But if this fight was to be announced, I'll have Jai Patel slightly favored for this fight because Jai Patel has been operating in the cruiserweight division much longer. He is not Zolder Ramirez. He really has that power. He really has the movement. He's got a ring IQ. He's a southpaw. It's going to be awkward. It's not going to be easy to hit like Zolder Ramirez. Jai Patel is not going to stand in a pocket, do you know what I mean, and just let himself get pieced up the way Benavidez was able to do to Zolder Ramirez, the way he was able to do to the guys at the light heavyweight division like Anthony Yard. Jai Patel is not that guy. He's really got the skills. Both guys are great fighters. I like David Benavidez. I like his rise to the top. He's fantastic. He doesn't duck nobody. So I'm not here to pick and choose sides. I'm not here to say, Jai Patel is ducking David Benavidez or David Benavidez is ducking Jai Patel. Nah, I'm not going to say none of that because I don't think neither guys I like that. They're really built for this game. They're really built for boxing. So neither guys are ducking. All I'm going to say is that it's all about the money. If the money's right, if Turki Al-Sheikh, Dana White, whoever's running Zuffa Boxing, Dana White is the face of it. If they can put up the bread, this fight does happen. Now, it's going to depend on the WBA and the WBO, whether they, allow their fighter to defend their titles with a Zuffa Boxing fighter. Now, we still don't know what's happening with that. It's Zuffa Boxing and the other sanctioning bodies. Have they come together? Have they negotiated? Have they come to some sort of an agreement where their fighters can fight each other? I hope they have, because a lot of fighters are starting to sign for Zuffa Boxing, and we want to see the best fighters fight against the best. Do you know what I mean? Regardless of belts, we want to see the best fight the best. So I hope that's been sorted. But trust me, if the money's right, this fight happens. And it'll be a fantastic fight. It'll be a crack of a fight. Very intriguing. You know what I mean? Styles make fights. Jai Patel is not Zolder Ramirez. Trust me. This will be a tough fight for David Benavidez. And also, it'll be a tough fight for Jai Patel. This will be the biggest fight of his career in terms of names. David Benavidez will be the biggest name on Jai Patel's resume. So he will rise to the occasion. It won't be easy for either guy. I'm just keeping it real. But I'm going to leave it there, man. I really hope this fight gets made sooner rather than late. I'm hearing David Benavidez is going to go back down to the light heavy division and challenge Bivol. If he comes through his next fight and they're going to get it on for the undisputed, maybe that's going to happen. Or maybe Bivol's going to fight Beterbiev. They're going to run that back. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? But I would really like to see in the near future Jai Patel versus David Benavidez. What a crack of a fight that's going to be. And the build-up. Both fathers, Joseph Benavidez and Jai Patel's dad, press conferences, the build-up, all that back and forth on the socials, man, it's going to be crazy, man. It's going to be absolutely crazy. But my people are going to leave you there. Let me know in the comments. Who do you think is ducking? Is Jai Patel ducking David Benavidez? Or is David Benavidez ducking Opetaia. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'll really like to know what you're thinking about this whole saga. What's going on between both camps? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, my people. Let's have this debate. Let's talk about it. You know me, I reply to every comment. You know, so yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments, my people. I really appreciate it. Once again, thank you so much for watching EMGM Sports. It's me, your boy Enzo, the realest in the game. Please don't forget to smash the likes. And if you're new to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. I'll be back real soon with another one. Until then, stay blessed, my people. Peace.